There's a storm brewing in the NBA, and it's not coming from your usual suspects. While everyone's busy arguing over MVP ballots and all-star snubs, some real noise is being made in the shadows. See, every season has its own chosen ones, and as far as this season goes, it belongs to the uninvited. These players are shocking the league. One clutch three, one poster dunk, one wait, who did that at a time? Today we're putting some respect on those names. We're going into the rosters of 5 teams, from Gotham defenders to rookie workhorses, and spotlighting the most underrated player. And fair warning, by the end of this list, you might find yourself Googling, how the heck is this guy not an all-star yet? And we're starting with a man who turned his mid-season slump into a full-on comeback campaign in New York. Let's talk about OG Anunoby.
Council looking for more.
Achua doesn't get it, but Anunoby does. Anunoby down a lane, and the flush. Another power dunk from OG Anunoby to lead back up to 15.
They say silence is golden, but when OG Anunoby is silent, it usually means somebody's about to get cooked. This man doesn't do drama. No trash talk and no wild celebrations. Just cold efficiency and buckets. Since Jalen Brunson went down with a knee injury, OG didn't just step up. He changed clothes mid-season and became a lead option. I mean, the dude's going 21.8 points per game, 5.0 rebounds, 2 steals, and 60.9 true shooting. All that on one good foot, fresh off a bone spur surgery. And remember, this is a guy who has traded mid-season from Toronto. Most players take time to adjust. OG just grabbed the Knicks jersey and went straight to work like he had been there forever. Offensively, he's been slicing through defenses like a hot knife through a zone. But if you want the game that summed it all up, let's look at the match against the Bucks in March 2025. In that game, OG dropped 31 points, snagged 2 assists, and racked up 3 steals while helping slow down one of the most explosive offenses in the league. The Knicks won 116 over 107. And Anunoby left the court having reminded everyone just how quietly dominant he is. So while OG Anunoby's out there in New York playing chess on defense and casually deleting scorers from the stat sheet, a guy out west is doing the same thing. Only he's doing it as a rookie with absolutely zero fear. Let's head to Portland, where Toumani Camara quietly becomes every scorer's worst nightmare.
So that they can create that advantage out of that double team.
So that will never happen again is his hope.
Oh, brother just got it pancaked. Kamara has a late dinner.
You don't usually expect a second-round rookie to shake up an entire team's defensive identity. But then again, Toumani Camara didn't get that memo. After being traded to the Trailblazers, Camara stepped in like he'd been in the league for 5 years. He's long, relentless, physical, and doesn't flinch, no matter who he's guarding. And in the season where Portland has had more downs than ups, Camara had been the steady anchor they didn't know they had. And did we mention he was named the Western Conference Defensive Player of the Month in February? Yeah, and that's coming from a rookie. Let that sink in. He's also no slouch on the other end. In a recent win over San Antonio, Camara dropped 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 50% from the floor and hitting 4 threes. And he did it like it was a Tuesday scrimmage. Across 75 games, he averaged 11.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 1.7 made threes per game, all while guarding the best wing on the other team and rarely breaking character. Camara doesn't bark. He just bites, locks you up, sinks a corner 3, and then jogs back like he's late for a team meeting. Camara might not be in the Rookie of the Year conversation, but make no mistake, he's already playing like a seasoned vet. And if Portland builds around him right, this won't be the last time we're talking about it. And as you can see, Camara's been bodying big names in Portland with lockdown defense. Then there's Luke Kornet, who has been making waves in Boston, not with dunks or deep threes, but with a kind of quiet, efficient impact that only the advanced stats truly understand.
Sound off with me, folks, on the Boston Celtics going 2 for 2 on this homestand in blowout win.
Luke Kornet might be the only player in the league who can confuse a shooter just by standing still. At 7'2", He's Boston's walking cheat code on defense. You rise for a jumper and suddenly, there's this awkward skyscraper in your sight. Even if he's not near you, it's called the Cornet Contest, trademark. And yes, it's real. But Luke is more than that. He's a legitimate contributor on the best team in the NBA and has quietly become a glue guy off the bench in a talented Celtics squad. He doesn't demand touches nor force shots, but he sets solid screens, rolls hard, hits the occasional pick and pop jumper, rotates on defense like a vet, and makes smart decisions in short bursts of floor time. He's averaging around 6 points, 4 rebounds, and a block per game. But that doesn't tell the whole story. His on-off numbers reflect how steady and smart he plays. He doesn't hurt you, and in a title run, that's gold. And when injuries hit the Celtics front court, he stepped in, stayed ready, and helped them keep winning. He's the kind of player you didn't notice until he plays 17 minutes and ends up a plus 14. And you're left wondering why your team couldn't just break through. So, Cornet confuses shooters, but this next guy, Josh Giddey, is different. He confuses fans because they can't decide if he's overrated or just misunderstood. Remember when Josh Giddey was pegged as the next big thing in OKC? A walking triple-double with a funky handle, elite vision, and enough Aussie swag to get his highlight reel. Then the playoffs happened, the internet happened, and then the trade happened. Now he's in Chicago where the lights are dimmer, the takes are quieter, and the expectations practically on mute. And that's exactly why he's thriving again. Giddey has flipped the script in the second half of the season and turned it into a masterpiece. In a recent win over Miami, he dropped a 26-point, 16-rebound, 11-assist triple-double and followed that up with a jaw-dropping 28-16-11 line, sprinkling in 3 blocks and 2 steals for fun. That was his 7th triple-double of the season. With that game, he joined only LeBron James and Nikola Jokic as the only players of the season to record 1,000-plus points, 500-plus rebounds, and 500-plus assists. Elite company, I must say. And that's not all. Over his last 19 games, he's been averaging 21.2 points, 10.7 rebounds, 9.3 assists, and 1.4 steals, all in just under 34 minutes per game. This isn't just a bounce back. This is a resurgence. Giddey is hooping like a man with something to prove, and all the tools to do it. He might not officially be in the most improved player conversation, but if the Bulls ride this momentum into next season, Josh Giddey might just be the centerpiece no one saw coming. And finally, we head to Indiana, where Andrew Nembhard is quietly playing chess while everyone else is just calling plays.
And
nice job.
Nembhard the steal.
He got it because Brian was in really good defensive position on the other side, and they weren't expecting it.
Pacers have it, a chance to tie.
Yeah, Nembhard.
When you think of the Indiana Pacers, your brain immediately jumps to Tyrese Halliburton and the warp speed offense that he runs. But behind that fast break blitzkrieg, there's a calmer, quieter presence who holds everything together when things get frantic. Just a fundamentally sound guard with a basketball brain that runs 3 plays ahead of everyone else on the floor. Whether starting or coming off the bench, Nembhard is the Pacers' Swiss Army knife, a plug-and-play weapon that gives them composure, spacing, defense, and big game poise beyond his years. And when injuries hit, like when Pascal Siakam sat out against Denver, Nembhard stepped up like a true floor general. He finished that game with 19 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals, helping the Pacers secure a 125-120 win over the defending champs. And that wasn't a fluke. Over his last 7 appearances, he's averaged 11.9 points, 5.0 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 1.0 steals per game. His box scores don't scream star, but his plays screams trust. He guards up, makes the right reads, and thrives in clutch moments where panic usually lives. On a roster full of athletes and scorers, Nembhard is the one who makes everything work. No wasted movements and no stat padding. Just clean, winning basketball. And there you have it, your guide to the NBA's most underrated game changers. The grinders, the bench spark plugs, and the low-key assassins. They might not be selling out arenas or trending after every game, but believe this: coaches love them, teammates trust them, and defenses hate dealing with them. Which player are you putting on your radar now? And if you love stories like these, watch our video on the top 10 celebrity NBA reactions that broke the internet. We're talking Rihanna courtside mode, Jack Nicholson disbelief, and Drake being, well, Drake. So smash that like, subscribe, and make sure your notifications are as active as a bench player trying to earn minutes.